So you've pretty closely been watching this war in Iran, and the president now contemplating what he's calling a massive attack, a major escalation, but he seems not fully convinced and he doesn't have any good options anymore.
Well, I tell you, well, the first thing I want to say is this, because I'd be remiss if I didn't say it. You know, the reality of it is we are clearly in the war. This was a war choice. Okay, great. We're in it now. But the reality is today, 18 great Americans have lost their life in this war. And the Pentagon has made a decision to take that back to 14. So I just want everybody to know that we need to be calling Congress. We need to be calling everybody saying, no, if you get killed in Jordan, or if you get killed in Bahrain, if you get killed anywhere, the enemy has a choice. And wherever they shoot those rockets and an American gets killed and is a service member, that individual is part of the war. And so I don't want to play political games with that. But I would also say this. You're right. He doesn't have any good choices, but he does have choices. But you got to have the will to actually do them. And right now, what I see the president doing, he's trying to talk himself into it. Because whenever he decides to do it, you can't wake up tomorrow and say, no, we want to go back to the negotiating table. You can't be half in on this thing. And that's kind of where he got us right now, is in a situation that we are in it 100%, or we need to pack up and come on back home and call it a L.
What will further bombardment do, though? What will that accomplish? They haven't said, other than just further punishment of Iran.
Yeah, you know, the reality of it is our Air Force does an awesome job. You can pound them and pound them and pound them. But the reality of it is, until you put somebody on the ground and look the enemy directly in the face, you cannot hold it. And that's what you're starting to see right now is we're doing an awesome job from the air, from dropping bombs. We're doing an awesome job from the sea, from trying to stop people blowing up boats. But at some point, not today, not tomorrow, but at some point, we're going to have to put boots on the ground. I can't say when, I can't say where, but we have got ourselves into the situation in Iran that everybody else was briefed. Every other president said, no, that we probably shouldn't be doing it. Well, President Trump decided to do it. Now he owns it. Prices are going up across the board, and they're even going to go higher. I think right now oil prices are over $100 a barrel, and I'm fully expecting to go higher because of what's happening now in the Red Sea with the Houthis.
Yeah.
So now you got two major waterways that are blocked. Hence, nothing is going to happen in the entire world right now.
You know, I was thinking, Sean, that if the administration could wrap up this war in the next month or so and get things back on track, they might, you know, like fix their prospects for the midterms. But I don't see that happening at all.
You know, and that's why when you go to Congress or you go to be president or you go to do anything, you have to be somebody who studies history. Because you don't have to be 800 years old to figure out that, wait a minute, right here in the great state of Georgia, we sent somebody to Washington, D.C. called Jimmy Carter, and we were messing around with the Iranians, and they figured out politically, only thing you got to do is wait the United States out to an election. Jimmy Carter learned it the hard way, and I got a funny feeling Donald Trump is also going to learn the hard way because Iran also gets a vote, and they're going to string this thing out to after this midterm election. And right now, I think more than 60%, 70% of American people that was making a difference, you're a Democrat or Republican or anything, are not in favor of this war of choice that we're in.